the guaranteed rate bowl, not the guaranteed ratings bowl.
I like juicy bits. Hey everyone, welcome to Reading the Green. This is our weekly golf DFS podcast. Unfortunately, there is still no golf to preview, so we'll spend some time talking about a little bit of everything tonight and get ready for the DFS season ahead. This is Mike. I have Kyle and Jordan here, and it is Tuesday, December 28th, and we're on a bit of a time crunch because Jordan, our big Minnesota Golden Gophers fan, has a bowl game to get to in about 45 minutes. So we got to make sure we get wrapped before that. Jordan, I assume you're pretty pumped. You got your jersey on.
I don't. I forgot. I have my swag shirt on instead.
Okay, yeah, because we got to get to that. We got to get to that too. Here, I have a question, a legitimate question about the bowl game. Do Golden Gopher fans care at all?
Yeah.
To beat West Virginia.
Just to win. We don't care about West Virginia, don't care about the bowl, but getting another win.
That matters for recruiting
and just we don't get a lot of wins. So right, that gets us to
said it, not me.
That gets us to 9 wins. Right? We beat another, Power 5 team. I'm not like I might fall before the end of it, but
the game's in Phoenix and it's starting it's on a baseball field. It's starting at 10:30 at night for people in West Virginia. Like, is anyone going to watch it? Like, anyways,
it's the guaranteed rate bowl, not the guaranteed ratings bowl.
Wow.
I was came off the top right there. It's going to be a good show.
Okay. All right. Well, I haven't seen you guys, obviously, since the Christmas holiday. So, Kyle, you've been on COVID lockdown. I narrowly missed COVID lockdown. Jordan, you sound like you narrowly missed it. This is just the COVID fury was working hard last weekend.
I'm going on day 13 here, I believe. We both the kids tested positive, and unfortunately, about a week apart, which extended it, and so we were stuck here for Christmas. But making the best of it. Not gonna lie, drinking a lot of beer.
At least they both tested positive, and that that kind of clears you for a little bit.
Yeah, and we've avoided it so far, the wife and I. So that's short-term pain for long-term gain, hopefully, and it's been fairly mild overall. So, all things considered, we're getting through it.
Nice. Yeah, so far the family is still feeling well. Christmas morning, got a call from my brother. We all feel like crap. All negative COVID tests, though. So we're like, well, it's Christmas. Come over. Spent all day, 12 hours playing, kids up in each other's faces, everything. They've still not had any positive tests, and now it's been, 3-4 days of symptoms from them. So it's probably just a cold.
Which can happen.
Yeah, I know.
It's possible.
That's the world we live in. You freak out, right? It's a worst case scenario all the time when it's just the sniffles.
Our school, one room has COVID going around. That's where my son got it. Another room has influenza going around, and another has hand, foot, and mouth. So just a little bit of everything.
I'm grateful for the 2 days that we've had here that have just been, kid free, because they're home they were home for like a week and a half, and it's just been a rough fall, but not hopeful we get through this week. There's just no way. But anyways, you know what cures that? Good NHL beer is back on. We have good beer. Golf is coming back. Like,
finally getting into some decent bowl games.
Yeah, like the guaranteed rate bowl.
Well, I mean, is there any guarantee that we're going to get college football playoff games? Like, those teams must just be like doing literally nothing other than seeing each other.
I think they have a little bit more.
I'm literally doing nothing. Your easiest way to win a national title is to not get COVID right now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like,
a little bit more motivation there.
Yeah. Lock everyone in their rooms. And don't pull a Weston McKinney.
All right.
Mike
well,
doesn't know that reference.
Yeah.
I do not know that what that is. That's all right.
U.S. soccer player chasing tail while in they had their little bubble for the big the qualifiers and got caught.
And girls up in his room.
Yeah.
More than
Sure.
one.
Sent out to Italy.
Well, let's do the big the A topic, I think, is I want to get to the swag golf update. But first, let me just I want to get a quick round on what you guys are drinking. I have Juicy Bits, which Kyle, we bought this a handful of times here, and we talk about how like it's been wildly inconsistent. You can like pour some that are not hazy at all. I don't know why that happens, but this one's good. I'm finally got a good one.
Good. Yeah, I have Modern Times Cosmic Rays, a hazy IPA. It's delicious.
And I'm going with the Fair State Barrel Theory collab, Mr. Falcon. Top 5 beers right here.
It's so good. That's why I have 2 Crowlers and a 4-pack.
And Mike, we're gonna need to get out an audio quote of you saying you like Juicy Bits. Earlier.
Oh yeah.
That'll be a good snippet for us to have.
I like Juicy Bits.
I like Juicy Bits.
So since this is Random Beers Part 2, are we all have something good now? Are we deviating?
No. I don't think this is an audible. I think with this this is your choice. This is BYOB. This is your choice. With the weird beer.
Next week it's only seltzers or high noons though.
Weird beer will come back. It just has to be when we're actually in person, because the best part is the pranking of it.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a little easier if you only have to drink 4 ounces or 3 ounces as opposed to 16.
Fair point. Okay, Jordan, a lot of action today in swag golf world.
A lot of action.
What
last week they did a surprise drop for the Matrix movie coming out.
I did see that, and I'm almost done watching the movie. I have thoughts.
Oh, I haven't started. I need to watch it.
But I did see the red pill, blue pill covers. But I don't know. We exchanged a couple texts today around cover of the month, and would like to just kind of hear the story a little more in depth. This is going to be a big feature for us this year. Officially
members of cover of the month.
And do we pay a premium to get in?
It was an extra $100 for new people this year versus if you're a renewal from previous years.
Okay. I know they kind of changed the program, right? So it's like we pay the entry fee for the year, and we're going to get 12 covers of like varying rarity level, etc.
Yes, you get 10. We'll get 10 blade putter covers and 2 wood covers.
I have a mallet putter though, so what am I going to do with these?
We can trade for you, someone with a mallet. Kyle, you have a blade, right? Or do you have a mallet too?
No,
I have a mallet as well.
Oh well, then maybe I should have picked mallet. Sorry, guys.
No,
I was wondering.
Worth more.
Yeah, did you pick?
Yeah. You could pick blade or mallet.
But the blades are worth more, so
way more people
in our business.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, so they give three covers. I sent you guys the text of the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty ugly. I'm hoping they're kind of punking everyone, right? They released it right before new people could join.
Mm-hmm.
My hope is that they did this might be a stretch because I think they actually think it's good, but they did it so that you really had to want the covers and like swag, right? I'm guessing there are people that decided not to do it because of the cover that came out, and I think Swag's probably happy about that, right? They don't want people that are just going to buy them and sell them immediately.
What was the deal with allegedly somebody trying to flip their whole membership?
Oh yeah,
was that a no-no?
Yeah, he posted it in a game online. 12, like the gambling, the raffles.
Yeah,
12 spots, $280 a spot. Everyone was guaranteed to win 1 month's cover, and the random draw was for what cover everyone was going to get.
Oh geez.
January, February, March, whatever. But Swag doesn't like that. like
Yeah.
that excessive, right? They know it happens, whatever, but like you just got it for the very first time. This was not a renewal guy. He's like, I got it. I'm gonna post this. Posted it, and then they can go in and cancel his order if they want to, which I'm guessing they did.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. The tweet was like, check your email, which I assume was a canceled order email.
Where did he post it? One of those
one of the Facebook groups.
meta groups.
Yep. Meta groups.
All right. So
but we're in.
We can. When do we get our first?
I don't know. They never announce when they're coming. You just get an email saying they've shipped.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So and I'll wait. I won't ever open them until we are all together. We'll open them live on the pod.
Live pod opening. I like it.
It makes great radio when you have a visual that really has to.
It's okay. We'll just tweet out a picture after the opening. Everyone can follow along on our Twitter account.
All right. It sounds good. Okay, let's see. What else? Okay, so anything else from Swag? Like I've covered them up as a big deal. Like, do they do anything else end of the year, going into next year, or is it just
they've done some pretty cool like New Year's Eve releases the last 2 years, but I don't know if they're going to this year or not. You never know. They had their holiday party at a WWE event.
I did see that on Twitter
2 weeks ago, and they all got COVID there. All of them. The whole team. The whole Swag team got COVID.
Honestly, I've heard a couple of stories today at work of just people getting together, corporate events, team events, whatever, and it's just like wildfire. Everybody there gets sick. That's how that was our scare. Was one of my family members had done some work stuff the previous week and got sick, and I'm supposed to go to like this huge conference next month in New York, and it's just like, I know what I'm going into. I don't know that I can avoid it, so we'll see.
Yep, you might want to get a second booster before you go. Have you guys considered, like, I got the Pfizer, why don't I just go get the whole Moderna cocktail as well?
That was a headline today, which I did not read. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Like, what's the? I mean, I'm already gonna grow like a third arm, so let's just.
A doctor friend did say they sought out the other one for their booster to try to cross reference, but
interesting.
I haven't looked into it at all. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Dr. Dietrich.
Okay, let's see. Couple other sports things. Okay, this just came in. John Madden died, I don't know, a couple hours ago or earlier today. The headline just popped up. Did our generation just kind of miss John Madden? And I know obviously he's a video game legend to us, but the player and the coach, it's even as a broadcaster,
for me, it's more of a broadcaster probably, and then obviously his name on the football game as well. But yeah, definitely didn't know him as a coach. But it's kind of crazy. He almost has 4 legacies, or for certain 3, and as a member of the NFL megasphere. That's nuts, and probably not something we'll ever see again.
I mean, because he was a player.
Mm-hmm.
Is he in the Hall of Fame as a player?
I don't know.
Or then he was a coach and he's in the Hall of Fame, then a commentator, then Madden the football game. Big deal.
It's interesting. He hasn't really been out in public though, like the last handful of years. It's just I haven't even really thought about John Madden all that much. You guys were saying off air that there's a documentary that's out or just coming out.
Just came out. I think I saw that he watched it a week or 2 ago or something.
Wow.
When did he stop broadcasting? Do you guys know? How long ago?
It was whenever
a while. 10, 15 years probably.
I was trying to think of that just as we were talking through it, and I can't recall.
There's a great documentary on video games out there. They do a couple different episodes, and one of them they talk about Madden and how they came up with the first football game and the creator of it. Madden never was afraid of flying. So we'd take buses and trains, He and this guy spent 12 hours on a train talking football and how you could make the things that you had to include in a video game and whatnot. So like he was like very instrumental in the football game's initial creation as well, not just the voice of it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like the expertise has probably needed to make it seem realistic, and taking someone's mind like that that's just been around the game so much to try to, because as a video game developer, you're just kind of like probably have no clue about the nuance. I have no clue about the nuances, and I've watched a lot of football.
Yep.
So
yeah, they wanted to do a 7-on-7 game because less people, less CPU, all of that.
yeah.
And he was like, no, I will never put my name on less than 11-on-11 football. So
that's interesting. I'll have to check that out.
All right, so you guys want to talk a little bit of fantasy golf, even though there's not much fantasy golf to talk about. Yeah, go ahead, Kyle.
No, go.
All right. Well, so DraftKings, obviously we got still another week until we're getting ready for the Century Tournament of Champions. I have not seen anything about the achievements, which I'd like to come back for PGA, obviously, but mostly because I want to have a reason to play showdowns again, since I had a lot of fun doing that, even though I wasn't particularly good at it. I just think it's fun to kind of have a different set of guys other than your normal lineup day to day. However, I was reading some Reddit threads about the DK Dynasty rewards, and how by stripping out sort of like the monthly tiers and the daily rewards, that like things like the achievements just feel so much more diluted, because going after an Ironman and getting 25,000 crowns, yeah, that's in itself worth about $50, but you're not then also getting the diamond status that you're getting another 60 or $70 from.
That's true. So it's not really worth it to do.
It's
anymore.
Like it is, I guess it is. It just kind of changes the equation, and it depends on what, it kind of depends on what your bankroll is too. Like for a lot of people, at the higher bankroll, this is irrelevant. But when I was reading the thread, a lot of people were just kind of like, hey, that's kind of like a nice little cash flow to have by like completing all these Ironman challenges. So I know we're doing the NHL one, but like I said, it changes the percentages a little bit of what you're shooting for.
I'm thinking we might get some more detail after the first of the year. If you dig into the particulars of what you get, they don't list out very much now for each tier. And it does really say more to come or something like that.
Yeah, that's an easy. They also say things like you get access to earning crowns, but it's just like that was always the point. Somebody was saying that they basically, now I don't spend a lot, obviously being in Minnesota, we don't have access to a ton of casinos, and I'm not much of it for table games, but like that's very similar to like what a casino player rewards program would look like. And that they stripped out a lot of the gamification, and it's just sort of strictly like you spend more money with us and we will give you some kickbacks.
So these kickbacks are worthless versus like a hotel room in Vegas for a night.
Yeah. Yes. Well, no, they give you access to the DK store, and for like 13 million crowns, you can buy Super Bowl tickets.
Just sort of Also, but can you don't like table games?
No, I don't. I don't have a lot of experience like in casinos playing craps and the roulette. It's just not something I've ever done. I love playing poker and I love playing, cards and all that, but
I love playing craps.
Yep. That's
actually that Jordan got me into that. Yeah.
I feel like there's a story here.
Well, Heather's 30th birthday.
It wasn't that. It was like 26 or something.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. There were some characters on that trip, but yeah, we went to Vegas.
Where'd you guys? Oh, you went to Vegas. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, like Heather and I were going, and just kind of threw out the invitation to others. Hey, we're gonna go. You want to go? And Jordan and Rachel came, and there was probably 10 of us. So
yeah,
Kelsey
brought 2 people that are no longer in the picture.
Yeah. And just like every other time I've been in Vegas, get there on Friday, win, do pretty well. Saturday, lose back everything you win on Friday, and hopefully you can cut yourself off from there. But
I
yeah,
think that Vegas and you and Vegas, that's probably works out for the best. They keep, they get their money back that you try to take. You don't have to explain to anybody that you won or lost.
Yeah.
It's probably for the best.
I don't want to see what would happen if I lost on Friday though. But so far, 3 for 3. I've always won on Friday, lost Saturday.
Then you go to the ATM, Kyle.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's our any money we make off swag cover of the month. We do a Vegas trip.
And that we're gonna roll the this golf trip is now a Vegas trip. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, there's enough golf.
That's a great idea.
Golf out there.
Yeah. Or we can just play golf slot machines and call it a day. Hey,
Well,
I golf today.
I wish Minnesota casinos had craps. I mean,
Iowa one does, doesn't it?
Yeah, we can, make a trek down 35 to Diamond Joe Casino
in take a day off once COVID's over, Kyle.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Head to the casino, play craps all day, and drive back.
Hey, if it comes Saturday for me, because COVID's basically over. So
we'll record in the car on the way back.
Yeah,
it'll be perfect. It'll be perfect.
Sure, the craps tables at Diamond Joe Casino are top notch.
There's high rollers. They have a sports book, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's FanDuel.
Ooh.
All right. Well, so looking ahead to January, I think there's 4 events. So Century Tournament Champions, I think you have to have won a PGA Tour event the previous year to get the invite there. Kyle, you're setting out the opening odds there. It's just like a loaded field.
Yeah, it's a great field. Fun course, and I would say that's kind of the theme of a lot of the January places. Some fun courses. Jordan, you've been out to Kapalua, right?
Yeah, played it. What was that? That's Maui, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we did that as just a few years ago. Well, 4 years ago now. Beautiful course. I actually liked the plantation course is the one the tournament's at, and the one's like the ocean course or something, and it's there's like 3 or 4 holes right on the water that are awesome. So I would say if you go out there, play the one that's on the ocean, unless you just want the challenge of the PGA one.
I've only played in Kauai. We played 2 courses, one in Poipu Bay and one in Princeville, but I would like to. Like Maui seems like, is it because is Wailea in Maui as well?
I think so.
That's Honolulu.
Oh,
I got the schedule up. Well, and the reason I threw that over to Jordan on Kapalua is so I could get back to those odds, Mike. But yeah. For the Century Tournament Champions, Rahm's the favorite. Thomas Cantlay, and then stacks up from there. But I mean, it's a stacked field: Morikawa, DeChambeau, McIlroy, Matsuyama, Burns, Scheffler, Spieth, Schauffele, Reed, English. Huge.
I love those. I love those events for DFS because you can get like a bunch of those guys are going to be like sub 8K, and so you can really fill out a good squad because it's just a loaded field.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Especially the January events, some of the guys took so much time off in the fall to see if they can come back with maintain the form they had previously. And
yeah, like Patrick Cantlay, like he's been where he has been. I don't think he's played in a single event in the fall.
He's been in Vegas gambling his $15 million
right
with his girlfriend or girlfriends.
Yeah, and Cantlay's a guy that's interesting because like last year, April, May timeframe, he was not good. He went into the Koepka bucket for me for a while.
Yeah.
And then he turns it towards the end of the year. It was just on fire.
And so then we get the Century, then we get the Sony. And I guess the field probably tapers off a little bit there, but still a pretty good event. And then I'm really looking forward to Torrey Pines, and I know we'll save all the good Torrey Pines San Diego talk for a couple of weeks from now, but I think it'd be fun to kind of relive that trip a little bit for us.
Yep, and a few of Kyle's shots.
Yeah. Played from a lot of the same places as the pros.
Probably. So yeah, so I think I think as we look ahead, and I think getting some of our listeners just caught up on how we're going to approach this, especially if, since we're just kind of getting started here, we want to make sure everyone sort of knows what we're talking about. Our model is very much focused on trying to find, kind of consensus based plays that you can add to your lineup and try to find some core guys that we know are going to make the cut. And so we've been working hard to try to get things ready and make sure that we have the right sources, the right contributors, people are going to consistently give us picks week to week. And then what we'll be able to read out and share with everyone each week is not only the players that are topping our model, but the contributors that are picking well as we continue on with the season in January. A couple of things that we're going to look for when we give out some advice, we'll be able to look back on previous week's event and talk a little bit about, what percentage of our players that we're mentioning in our sort of like high mention category, what percentage of those are making the cut? How are the articles that make picks, the better performing articles, are those players also playing well? There's a couple things that we're going to look for. And so I'm looking forward to just getting back into the golf DFS game. NHL has kind of occupied our time the last few weeks, but I'm feeling really good about some of the results we got in the fall swing, and I think we're going to have a good 2022.
Yeah, and you can find a lot more about our method and why we're here in our summary episode. But Mike hit on a little bit, but it's just when we first got into this, we would look at maybe one or two articles each week and build a lineup on that, and just not have very much success. So we figured out, we came together and like, hey, there's got to be a better way, and that's what that led to our what we'll call the sheet, and some of the indexes you'll hear us mentioned, and trying to develop a scoring system around that. So as you said, Mike, yeah, excited to get back in the swing of it here and get things rolling in January and win some money.
So we have, we can expect content probably. I think we're going to be shooting for every Wednesday morning. We'll have new content out. Twitter will be going full time as we get updates from contributors and try to make some tweaks to our model. But every Tuesday night we'll be recording, and Wednesday morning you can see our new content week to week. And I think from January on, it's pretty much just full steam ahead through Labor Day.
Nice. Gonna be back at it. Back to the grind.
But we still have time for swag. We still have time for beer.
That's good. The question, Mike, I have, and I didn't, do the analysis. Did the sheet recommend John Daly and his son at the PNC Championship?
It was hard to find the contributions for the PNC. The problem was anyone that was writing about it, as far as I could tell, there was nobody else playing in the golf tournament besides Tiger and Charlie. I didn't even know the Dailies. I didn't even know those, that they were even showing up.
And it turns out you can't bet on 14-year-olds on American soil. So that there was not very many picks put out for that one.
So okay, I do have an honest question though. Are you guys booking your trip to Augusta for 2026 to watch Tiger and Charlie in a Sunday playoff?
If I win the ticket lottery again, yes.
But you will.
I've won it once in like
conclusion.
15 years, Mike. It's not like I win it every year.
I've won it 0 times in the same amount.
Also 0.
It's not luck. Like he texted me today that it was luck that I got cover of the month. No, I'm just smarter than all the other people trying to get it. I've got a method that I've developed, kind of like our API here, where I get every release that I want.
And it works.
It works.
On the Masters, this is what my dad will tell me. This is how he views the world. I'll say, well, I'd like to win a ticket in the lottery. You get a single day ticket for $100. He goes, yeah, you could do it that way. Or you could spend, 3-4 grand and just book a trip through a travel agent. And I'm like, you understand there's a difference there, right? Like,
isn't he a finance guy?
yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think when you reach a certain age, you just decide that, money buys you whatever convenience that you want.
Yes. Well, I mean, I was just going to say, like, let's pick a year right now.
Yeah.
And let's just go. Is it 2020?
Well, like
is it 2028? Our kids will be old enough. Our wives will survive.
Well, here's my birthday is in early April, and most years it's Masters weekend. And my daughter's birthday is the day after. So most years it'll be Masters weekend. And so I'm like, I've obviously planted the seed on annual Masters trips for birthday celebration. So it's going to happen at some point.
But we can't come with you and be drunken idiots if your daughter.
No.
Yeah, I think that's a different type of trip.
That'll be 1 year, and then we'll have to just alternate. Maybe we alternate.
You've seen my collection of Masters cups from the one day I was there. Well, I'm gonna.
You went with your mom.
I know. So we still drank a bunch of beer and other things, though. You have to. You're there for. We got there at 7, left at dark, which was like 6:30. Like, I think we ate 5 meals. Right? You just go and get a sandwich and get a beer, and then 2 hours later, you go get another sandwich, you get another beer.
And everything's cheap.
Yeah. You don't feel like you're getting gouged like at a MLB game. And it's the most efficient place. It's like, it's amazing. They literally have a guy standing up. You're 100 people back in line, and the sign says, you will be checking out in 5 minutes. And they get you through. Like, you'll walk up to a line and you will literally be like, oh my, I don't want this. And then we saw the sign, so we stood there and we were done. Like, it's amazing. The merchandise tent, you go straight from checkout to the UPS store, so you can ship it home. Like,
that's
literally
awesome.
Checkout. Do you want to keep it or do you want to ship it? UPS store, out to the course.
My biggest problem, I think, is I got to be separated from my phone the whole day. I don't know if I can handle that.
How are you supposed to check your DFS lineups?
Yeah, I know.
They have phones on the course that you can call people. So I wrote down numbers, and I called my brother, and it comes up Augusta, Georgia, on the phone.
Oh man.
Well, we'll have to write down our DFS lineups by hand, so we can remember who's all in which combination
for them.
Yeah. What they should have is just like, maybe they'll just have little kiosks. You have to walk by and you could just.
Yeah, DraftKings kiosks. Let's go, DK.
Maybe that's our next business. Let's do.
I think we have kiosks.
Daily fantasy kiosks at all the sporting.
We have them. We have them in our hands.
That don't allow cell phones. So
just the Masters.
Just the Masters.
So do you put your phone in one of those like bag things, or what do you have to do?
Yeah, so we actually left them in our car because we didn't. There's no information on phone check. Website. I literally couldn't find it anywhere. We left our phones there. We walked in. Like, the first sign you see is phone check over here.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, you can go.
We went to a comedian once where you had to put your phone in one of those.
Oh, really?
Sealed bags. Yeah. So you kept the bag with you, but you didn't have the device to open it.
Oh, this you give them the phone and you don't get to keep it at all.
Gotcha.
But what comedian was this?
Hassan Minhaj.
Really? He was that worried about you recording his content?
Or just disruptions, maybe. Just throw him off the game. I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. It's kind of nice for 2 hours. Just outside of the first time you're away from your 6-month-old with a babysitter and you can't contact. But they didn't do anything with your watch, so I could text from my watch the whole time.
There you go.
That's how he should position it. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Right? To be part of his bit.
Yeah. It was a good show. Good show. In case you're ever, looking to go.
All right, you guys got anything else? You guys got anything else on DFS before we wrap up?
row the boat, Ski-U-Ma. Let's go.
Yeah,
I need another beer.
Yeah, we'll be doing that too. All right, well, I think that'll be a wrap for tonight. Obviously, you can follow us on YouTube, on our channel Reading the Green, on Twitter at RTG Podcast DFS, and DM us, leave feedback, like us, subscribe, all of that. We really appreciate it. And again, looking forward to next show will be a real preview of a real golf tournament, and I am very excited to get some money back on the line. See ya.